And Fox News has embedded with Homeland Security as they busted a massive transnational fraud ring here in LA County that has reportedly stolen millions from taxpayers. Here's Fox's Matt Finn with his exclusive report.
This is the police. We have a warrant. Come out with your hands up.
Fox News exclusively capturing Homeland Security's sunrise bust of this Armenian-born man at his LA area home. The suspect, who uses the alias William McGrayan, surrenders with his hands over his head. Investigators say McGrayan is the brains of a transnational crime ring that stole $30 million in COVID relief and small business loans meant to help tax-paying Americans.
If you're engaged in fraud, if you're taking money from the government that doesn't belong to you, your door could be the next one that we're hitting.
According to court documents, an informant describes McGrayan as unhinged, claiming he talked about his ties to gangs in Armenia and threatened one person with a gun and a baseball bat. In the multi-agency sting led by DHS, 14 people were taken into custody.
The suspects are simultaneously arrested across town so they can't tip one another off, and then they're brought to this special processing center to be booked.
The suspects are charged with conspiracy, wire and bank fraud, and money laundering. Investigators say multiple shell companies were created using phony documents. Some of the money was spent on homes and luxury goods. The rest was wired to Armenia, making it harder for the U.S. to trace.
These fraudsters applied for $47 million in federal funds. They got away with about $30 million. Most were born in Armenia but have become naturalized here in the U.S. At least one faces deportation. In Los Angeles, Matt Finn, Fox News.
And Matt Finn joins us here now. Good to have you here. Thanks so much for being here. So what's it like being embedded, this sort of overnight raid?
Well, Alex, you and I experienced a lot of adrenaline rushes on the job, and this was no exception. There was actually two back-to-back raids. There was one last week, one this week, both at or before sunrise. And we got into the armored vehicle, the Bearcat, which basically looks like a small tank. You know, we have our armored vests on and, you know, prepare for anything. You know, these agents brace us that some of these guys can fire back. They can barricade themselves. You pull up to this house. They throw out, you know, a smoke grenade, which, by the way, serves as their knock on the door, so that legally establishes their presence. They get on the loudspeaker, shout the guy's name, you know, they identify the address, tell them to come out of the house, and you're just sitting back waiting for anything to happen. Fortunately, in both of the cases that we tagged along, these guys surrendered. One was in the Calabasas area, the other near Burbank. The first time the guy came out shoeless, shirtless, you know, surrendered. They put some cuffs on him and booked him.
So just throwing out that grenade, that's the equivalent of knocking on the door? That's not the kind of the knock on the door anybody wants, yeah.
Yeah, and fun fact, well, fun call with that, but one of the Bobcats we were in also was a part of the Diddy raid here in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this problem, this Armenian transnational thing, I mean, is this just sort of the tip of the iceberg? How big a problem do they think this is?
You know, in talking with Homeland Security and our U.S. attorney here, they are sending out the message that they are prioritizing these transnational gangs. They want to go after people who are taking advantage of our neighborhoods here in Southern California. So, you know, I'm not privy to all the inside information, but Homeland Security has told me that we can expect to see more of these type of raids.
Yeah, I mean, because we hear about the idea of going off after fraud and waste and abuse, but this seems like some real big fraud, waste and abuse here.
Yeah, Alex, the guy that we were that we tagged along with for the arrest out near Calabasas allegedly stole $83 million from Amazon. So if your Amazon package didn't show up or your mom's didn't, that might be one reason why. But they are literally spitting in the face of our American commerce. You know, and a lot of these people, they're not mom and pop border crossers are looking for a job. These are hardened criminals who are taking advantage of the American system.
And we do see that they're sending a message here. I mean, Bill Asaley, the new U.S. attorney, is very media savvy. He was very media savvy before he joined the Trump administration, which is probably part of the reason that he got invited to join the Trump administration. And it seems like this is part of the strategy to show this on camera.
Yeah, and rather quickly, you know, he just took the job, I think, a couple months ago now, and already we have these 2 back-to-back raids, and he'll tell you, and he said in our report that, hey, if you are committing fraud, if you're taking advantage of the government, your door may be the next one that we knock on.
Yeah, and we could see you there with him. Matt Finn, great job last week. Great job today, and good to see you here on the Fox 11 News at 6. Love seeing you in studio.
Thanks for having me.